Well, welcome back to another episode of Aspen Uprooted. We are here today with Martina Muckler from Manolie Inc. She does skincare. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. Welcome.
Been looking
Thank you
forward
for
to it.
having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Been looking forward to it, Martina.
After this, Dan and I will be glowing our
Yeah.
complexions. We'll know all the tips and tricks
Yep.
to take care of our blackheads and
My
big
beard.
pores.
My beard will be fuller. Just kidding.
Yeah,
No,
you
probably
got a
not.
long ways to go, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Martina, let's just start off. Why don't you tell us what you do and kind of how you got started in that business? Just a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I grew up in Berlin, Germany, and I actually moved here in 2002. Everybody asked why we moved here. So we moved here with our family. So I came with my now ex-husband and 3 kids, and directly from Berlin here to this area. And so we had friends who moved here to this area, and we came here twice on a vacation. And so we liked it, and then we decided we want to change our life a little bit, and this is how we came. So as I said, I grew up in Berlin, so I'm actually a massage therapist and hydrotherapist since 37 years. I learned in a hospital and worked in a hospital, and I'm an esthetician since 25 years.
Wow.
But I also design and make my own skincare products, and that started actually when I was 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
There was a trend in Germany, and especially in the 1980s, when I visited once a school friend. And as I said, I was 13 years, and the mother had a book laying around, Natural Skincare Products Self-Made. And that caught my attention. And so I asked my friend if she could ask her mother if she would borrow me the book, and she did. And that actually changed my life. So I was getting all into it, and then had my room was pretty much with all kind of tinctures and herbs and everything. At these times, the essential oils, like it is now, there weren't this present. So you did your own oils. You would put herbs in oil, or you put herbs in alcohol, what would be a tincture. And then you would use these extracts to make your own products, or use it for creams or whatever. So, and this is where I learned a little bit about chemie, a little bit more. So, what an emulsion is and all this kind of stuff. And this is how I got started. And there was also a big trend, or I don't know if it still is, but when I grew up, a big trend that people didn't want animals to suffer for skincare reasons, for animal testing. And I was a member of it. And when I was 15 years old, I knew already I want my own company, I want my own products, and I want to change this. And I learned how many harmful products actually can be in hair and skincare. For instance, I give you an example. In Europe, there are actually 37 ingredients in hair and skincare not allowed. Especially, I want to point out Germany now. And do you know how many ingredients are not allowed here in America?
Oh, much
No
less,
idea.
I would bet.
11.
Oh, boy.
So that shows you, and often when American companies want to sell to the European market, they have to change their recipes for Europe, and then they do it to be accepted.
Okay.
So
I know you can't sell Gatorade in Europe because of the yellow number 5 has carcinogen in it, apparently, that can cause cancer. So no Gatorade for the Europeans. But that is interesting that they
Yeah.
have much stricter standards
yeah,
than we do.
yeah. So, and this is where I was really interested in. But then I thought, okay, I finished high school first, and then so the fiancé of my uncle at that time, she was an acupuncturist, an esthetician, and massage therapist, and everything. And I talked a lot with her, and then I thought, no, before I can do that, I need to learn hands-on. I need to learn more about the not European, but human body, his functions and everything, that I actually understand it more. So my goal was I will go and make that education as a massage therapist, and then later I will do the esthetician. But that was not this easy. But later I understood that actually I got some little barriers in this, because that kept me to a better growing learning process. So, for instance, I came up with that idea after high school. I wanted to learn massage therapist. And you need to know the education system is different than it is here. So the school was actually for free. It was in a hospital, but I knew there was an 8-year waiting list. And so I went there, and you had to fill out your own stuff. You need to write about your life and everything. And I talked to the one in charge, Mrs. Ewald, and told her that I would like to do this education. And she said, yeah, I'm sorry, we have that 8-year waiting list. And I said, okay. She said, I can put you on a waiting list. And before I already had it in my head, you don't need to go there. It's an 8-year waiting list. And then another voice said, no, go there. So, and then in this moment, the phone rings. She picks it up, and then she said to me, you just won the lottery. Just somebody canceled the class what starts in 2 days.
Oh, wow.
And I asked you now, yes or no. And I worked for a doctor at that time, and I said, oh, how will he react? But I said, yes. And so I was in that class and didn't even know what to expect and how to learn it. And it was probably good that I didn't know, because I don't know if I really would have done it. So, yeah. So then after 2.5 years, so it's not like here where they have 6 months, so it was more involved. Hydrotherapy, electrotherapy, a little physical therapy and things like that. So, yeah, and then I was finished that, and then I started that aesthetic education, what I wanted. And this time I failed. So my skin was overreacting. I couldn't be in water. So I got really, really a bad condition with my hands, and I needed to break that education up.
Oh, wow.
It was devastating for me. But today I know it had to happen, because so my ex-husband at that time, he took over a carpentry business. And he asked me if I would take over the whole bookkeeping. So we had average 10 people as employees. And I would do my skincare only on a side for me and for some friends. And then all my 3 kids came into our life, or two at first. And so I could stay a little bit more, work from home and things like that. Therefore, it was good. And I learned more about bookkeeping and all this kind of stuff. So it was also knowledge what I needed and to run a business. So, and what happened then? Now I lost it.
You've had a busy life. It's okay.
Lots
So,
happening.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, so I never gave up that dream to become an esthetician again. Also, when it didn't really work out with my hands. So I couldn't be in water and all this hand disinfection and so on. And then one day I went to a bookstore, and there was a book advertised, Healing with Natural Oils. And that also caught my attention. And I bought me that book. And there was an easy recipe, just with an oil and some easy stuff. And that actually worked fabulous on my hands. So, and I was using pretty much this kind of recipe, changed a little bit. Like it is like in, I don't know if you have ever heard from Ayurveda. Ayurveda comes from India, and that means healing with natural oils. So where people like, for instance, they have oil massages where they really run oil over them, or for instance, they go put oil on themselves before they go in the shower. So pretty different, but it makes sense because when you shower warm, it opens up your pores, and
Okay.
then the oil can be better absorbed, you know.
Okay.
So, and yeah, and then after a while, I had that idea I make another aesthetic education. And I thought that's kind of like crazy to do because I have two kids. I have the bookkeeping from the whole business. I have the household. How can I do it? Because every school was at least in Berlin 1 hour to school, 1 hour back, and
Sure.
then several hours in school. Seems impossible, right?
Yeah.
God found a way. One
Yep.
day, my ex-husband asked me to look something up for him in a newspaper, big newspaper from Berlin. And I opened it and I looked, honestly, in a really small advertisement, new cosmetic school open. And that was just a few streets from me. I thought, my God, I can drive my bicycle even.
Yeah.
And so I checked it out, and yeah, so I signed up for this education, and the family thought this is crazy to do. You couldn't do it before, and I said this time I know I can do it, and I could.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
Wow.
this is how it comes also. And then I learned the aesthetic, and then yeah, and then I came in 2002. I started my business in 2005. So I will be in business next year 19 years, or this year 19 years, next year 20. And I started actually from my living room as giving massages. And I was already in business when they changed the law for South Dakota that you have to be licensed before everybody could say, I'm a massage therapist,
Yeah.
do massages, you know. And then they changed it, and I was grandfathered in because I was already in business and I had way more educational hours than required. And yeah, and then with aesthetic, I had to go back to headlines. They wouldn't accept me right away like this. I had to put in 160 hours in headlines. I was the first esthetician they ever had to deal with.
Oh.
So, they had to figure out what actually to do with me because I'm not a cosmetologist, right? So, naja, but they prepared me for it. So I passed the test. I had to go to PR after 160 hours. And what was hard to do for me because the test came from Florida. And there was a vocabulary in what I never have heard in my life.
Oh.
And so I had to really, had to figure out between these 8
Sure.
answers to find the right. But I passed. So. And after I passed that, actually 3 months later, I opened my first spa, Canyon Lake Drive, across from Paisanos. This is, and Main Street Market at that time. They were in Main Street, now it's the marketplace at
Sure, yep.
Tuscany Square. They bought my products. So they supported me, and this is actually how I came into business. So
Wow.
now I was talking and talking, and you couldn't ask me a question.
Okay. That's
Well,
okay.
it's quite the story, yeah. Entrepreneur at 13 years old, that's amazing. It's impressive for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I knew pretty early what I wanted.
Definitely.
And I thought it was pretty cool that books kind of started you on that journey.
Yeah.
Is that, do you still do a lot of reading into?
Yeah, so I still do it. I always like to improve myself, have the newest things. So I read a lot of books. I read the Bible. I read how to improve your or influence your subconscious mind. And this is also what I tell some clients, because skincare is one thing.
Right.
And good nutrition is another thing, but it is also, you need to picture yourself with a clean skin. So let's say I have a teenager with acne, right? So this is what I tell them. We are going 3 ways. And so, you know, and they are going with me. And I helped actually some teenagers really to change their skin around. And it was really cute. I have one 16-year-old boy who
Yep.
came with pretty bad acne. And at first he was really shy. He hardly would talk. Now he doesn't need to come this often anymore because his skin looks perfect. And he follows all the skincare routine. And the other day he came and brought his girlfriend and said she
wow.
needs now some
Yep.
help. But I tried to, you know, like relationship. So I just don't want to be this unknown company
Yep.
behind 7 mountains what nobody can approach.
Sure.
So I tell everybody, you have any question or whatever, I also customize products. So when somebody cannot have a certain ingredient, yeah, okay, then I leave that ingredient out or I substitute it with something else. And this is what actually customers and clients like, that
Sure.
I'm working with them.
Yeah. Well, everyone's skin's so different, so it makes sense that you would have to customize it a little bit. Yeah.
So you talked about making your own oils, essential oils now, but in the past you had to make your own oils. What are some of the common ingredients or oils you use in your products today?
Or today, most like a basic cream for me would have grapeseed oil, avocado oil, meadow foam oil. Many people never heard about meadow foam oil.
Oh.
It's a really, really moisturizing oil, but it also protects you from the sun. So you have that effect actually that you are a little sun protected without putting really a sunscreen on. And then rose, you probably don't understand me, rose hip seed oil.
Oh, rose hips.
Rose hip,
Yeah,
Yep.
so that is what I'm using.
Yep.
And then I'm using only floral ingredients. Everything comes from fruits and vegetables. So there are no animal ingredients in this. The only exception I make is for 2 products where I'm using local organic honey.
Oh, okay.
So this is the only animal ingredient I use. So no animal testing, no animal ingredients. So it would be even for a vegetarian or vegan
Sure.
a good choice. And there's actually comes a saying, what you cannot eat, don't put on your skin. Because everything you put on your skin can reach your bloodstream pretty fast.
Sure. Yep.
And so I just want to say, you basically could eat my products, so it wouldn't harm you. As a preservative, I use grapefruit seed extract, what you can eat, and vitamin E, what you can eat. So plus all the natural oils on its own, they're, you know, they're pretty safe.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Yeah, and I know remember one time you had noticed I had some redness on my skin, so you gave me some things to deal with that, and that did help with that. I also, we have some friends that tried some of your stuff, and she had some pretty bad acne, and that cleared it right up. So I know we can personally testify that we've seen that.
okay.
Are you still making the mosquito repellent?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I love that. That
Yeah.
smells amazing.
Yeah.
And works really well.
because what do you use in that, the mosquito repellent?
It is pretty much kind like a lotion. So I just want to say, it's when I make a cream, okay, or a lotion or the cream intense, they are always the same ingredients. The only thing what changes is the water content.
Oh,
Yeah. So for a lotion like that mosquito, it needs to be kind of like a spray, so it needs to be more liquid. So I use take a cream and just put some more distilled water in, and then I'm using essential lemongrass oil most of the time. Why mosquitoes really don't like it. But when somebody cannot have that lemongrass, then there would be also other options like essential cedar wood, essential peppermint oil, essential lavender oil. This is also what they don't like, where they stay away, you know.
sure. Wow. Yeah, I do love that stuff. I need to get some more.
Yeah.
for
So
the summer.
Manolie Inc., what all do you do currently in your spa
So
business?
as I say, I'm a massage therapist since 37 years. So I do massages, all different kind massages, and everybody always asks, so are you doing deep tissue or are you relaxation Swedish massage? And I just want to share a story. I had clients from me, they went to Sweden. And they said they wanted a Swedish massage, and nobody knew what it was. So I just want to say, they sent them actually to somebody who did Thai massages.
Oh,
So this
You're
is
like,
just
you're in
this,
Sweden, we'll just give you a massage. That's a Swedish massage.
yeah,
but they didn't know this, what do they mean, a Swedish
Sure.
massage. But I just want to say, I'm actually doing all three components in one massage. And depending what the client needs more, will be more. But there will be always a relaxation part, there is a deeper part, and there is a Swedish part. So,
Sure.
so they like it. So they lay in a heated bed and they get heated stuff on their back and legs, and most of the time they like it. So
And I imagine you use your own products
yeah,
on the massage.
yeah.
Very nice.
So, and then I do facials, as I said. So the normal facial is actually 90 minutes. My massage is 90 minutes, what includes everything up here. And it's really relaxing. So it is just for the client, it's their time. But many don't stop by this. They are actually having a 2-hour one.
Sure.
They're having a 90-minute facial, what goes over into a back and neck massage, or they can even improve and do another 30-minute and have the whole 90-minute facial and then a full body massage. I just want to say my longest treatment I ever had was 3 hours. Then I was at the end of my idea. So,
Gotta rest your hands after that.
Yeah. Well, my wife has gone to you, and I know she really enjoyed it. So, yeah. All sorts of testimonials about how great
yeah.
you are. So,
So thank you.
of course. So we had a question that we had asked you. What is your favorite type of customer? I like your answer that you give. What would you say is your favorite type of customer?
I don't have a favorite type of customer. Everybody is my customer. So depending what they need, so I work with them. So I had kids actually coming for massages, or I have I had a 92-year-old woman coming for a facial. So whatever they want. So some people come just for products, others just come for the massage, others come just for the facial, and many take it all. I'm also teaching classes over community education sometimes, how to tell people how they can actually substitute products with easy things what they have in their kitchen. Because the way between your bathroom and the kitchen can be pretty close. You can have things in your kitchen what you really, really can use for your whole skin and body care. So there's a big interest in it, and sometimes I'm telling people also how they can make their own products. So what I started now, I did it at the beginning. It is called Skincare and Party Class. So I just had it last Friday. It was absolutely fun. So there were 12 women, and we had some advertisers, we had some wine, and they learned actually, while we had a lot of fun and we were laughing a lot. And that brought me some new customers and some new more sales, and I like it. So, and I have already 2 more bookings for this. So
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, to get your products, are you still selling them just at your store, or are they available at like the market or other places around town?
I do direct sales because it would get too expensive, because so this is really quality what I'm selling, and when I would sell it, give it to somebody else and they add their percentage on, it's not affordable anymore. So I just show it, and usually how I'm doing it, people can order from me. So like it was at that party class, I cannot come there with hundreds of products. So I show everything,
Yep.
and they're actually trying it out. This is where we going through the steps of the skincare just using one hand. And they feel really quick how the hand changes, the skin changes. And this is then pretty convincing.
Wow.
And then they ask me some questions, and then they give their orders in, and then I'm actually working pretty much my orders up. And I just want to say that really differentiates myself from other companies. So usually, when you want to sell to a store or whatever, you need to guarantee for good shelf life. But when you want to guarantee for the shelf life, sometimes 5 years, 7 years, you need to put quite a bunch of preservatives in.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And you can even have a really good quality product, maybe, and then you have this bunch of preservative and that. So I'm not doing that. So I'm producing in small batches and then waiting until I get the orders and then filling the orders, and then they're coming and pick it up, or I deliver it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you do all this yourself, or?
Yeah, now my daughter, she comes a little bit in the business now. She's the one who convince me all the time to do the website. We are working on
Oh,
it.
the website, yeah.
So I just like that personal
Sure.
contact.
Yeah, and I think that can't be understated how important the personal touch is, because I know that impressed me about you is like you came to me when you saw that, you said, Dan, I noticed that you have a little bit of redness on your face. I know something that can help you with that. And that meant a lot, saying that showed that you had that concern. So that is good. I had a question I wanted to ask you, Martina. So can you walk us through just kind of a basic daily skincare routine that you might recommend for the average person?
Yeah, so I'm offering a starter package when people want to get started with that. And that is actually contains a cleanser. And then it contains an exfoliation scrub, what is actually on the milder side. So it's not aggressive, because some exfoliation scrubs, what you can buy in a store, can be pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
And so I have a sensitive skin, so therefore I'm trying everything out on me, so pretty much tested on me.
Sure.
In earlier times, I always thought, my God, why do you have that sensitive skin? But actually, that was God-given. That was good. So,
Sure.
yeah, and then so many don't do actually the exfoliation,
Okay.
and that is really essential when you are getting older, because older we are getting, it is harder for our skin to get rid of our old skin cell material. And you can have maybe a good cream, but you have this layer of dead skin cells, and even that cream cannot be really absorbed evenly.
Yeah.
Or also, other way around, many people don't understand, how can it be, why don't I have a dry skin and then I have a breakout skin? How does that go together? And the answer is actually really easy. It is also, again, not doing proper exfoliation, and then not having the right cream probably, or lotion for their type of skin, because what happens then, the skin is too dry. So, and the brain recognizes this, gives a command to the organs, oil production on high, right? To lubricate the skin. Now oil production goes on high, oil wants to come out, and there it's getting tracked in that dead skin cell layer.
Okay.
So, and then it doesn't take much, touching the face, pimpling around or whatever, and then you have a breakout. So, and therefore the exfoliation is really important to avoid dryness and breakout.
Okay.
Then the next step would be actually, I'm using a refresher. A refresher is under 4% of alcohol. Do you understand me? Alcohol.
Alcohol, yep.
And because everybody knows what a toner is, but a toner can be really high in alcohol, so over 4% until 70% can be a toner. And when you have a product 70% of alcohol, that can be pretty much drying out to your skin. And over 70% until 100 is an astringent. And I have to use an astringent in my business when I'm removing something, or I'm plucking or waxing. I need to use an astringent. So there you said witch hazel is the first step, and then would come the cream, and depending on this person's age, an eye cream. So that would be the usually skincare routine.
Basic starter pack.
Yeah,
Nice.
I did not understand the importance of exfoliation until you just explained it. So that makes sense. Traps the oils.
Be happy to take some sandpaper to your face. We'll get you good and
Yeah.
exfoliated.
Off camera, Miles. No.
Yes, of course. They don't want to see that. No. So, how about your diet? How big of a role does that play in your skin health?
Yeah, I mean, you want to stay a little bit away from fast food. I would recommend, when somebody really wants to change their skin condition, they should reduce, of course, soda intake and fast food, and look into a list of good vitamins, salads. So, and good enough of clean water. And I always recommend to people, because sometimes we are drinking water and it just passes us. And you can, it would be easier when you put like some things in your water, like lemons, juice slices, strawberries or berries or cucumber, and let it sit for a while. And when you then drink it, then the cells have time more to absorb it.
Sure.
So actually for optimal skin, water would be really good. So
Infused water.
Yeah. My wife did that one time. She put a bunch of, I think she did do cucumbers, and she put some mint leaves in there too, maybe? Yep.
That is actually a really refreshing drink in summer.
Yeah.
And then of course you should away from not too many alcoholic drinks and things. I mean,
Yes.
the common sense ones.
Yeah.
I
Miles,
was
all that
gonna
whiskey.
say, what about the mint juleps? Those are good for my exfoliation, for sure.
Mint juleps. Wow.
Well, you've given us so much wonderful
Yeah.
information. So besides the fantastic skin products, the massage, the facials, is there anything else we missed that we didn't cover that you take care of at your spa?
You do a lot.
You're a woman of many skills.
Yes.
For sure. That's
Yeah.
impressive. How many languages do you speak? Because I always find this fascinating about Europeans. They always speak at least 2.
Yeah, so I learned English. We started in 3rd grade, but it doesn't mean that it brought me far. My English teacher always was, oh no. And then we learned French in school, but don't ask me today anymore. When you don't be in practice with that, then it's pretty bad. So yeah, and then German, of course. So yeah, but when I came here, nobody understood me. Nobody understood. It was kind of like I could understand them. I found some friends, but they didn't understand me. But it took me, my first job was in a school as a playground supervisor, where I could see my kids in school, and my little daughter could come with me. And this is how I learned English. And I know one time I didn't understand it at all. There was these 2 boys, and they were saying, we need to go inside, we need to go party. And I said, what do they want? They want to have a party inside? So I said, why do you want to go inside? So you need to explain.
Like, what's wrong with you?
I don't know this slang. I mean, when you don't learn that.
Yeah.
And then they trembled. I said, okay.
They were
So
dancing
this
for
is
the
how
party.
this is how I learned. you know, about funny incidences like this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
amazing.
then the principal from that school, she was really nice, and then she allowed me to do enrichment programs in German. And so kids would come after school, and I would bake cakes, and we do German games and stuff like that. So sometimes I had 25 kids, so that was kind of like, but with all this, with the kids and the teachers, and also the education system is very different, you know. I didn't know what an A was, you know,
Oh,
and I
sure, yeah.
didn't know this, the records here every
Oh,
three
sure.
months and things.
Yeah.
So it was in Germany very different. So.
Yeah.
Straight F's. You're doing great.
You're doing great. Yeah. I couldn't imagine, moving here like you did and having to learn all that stuff.
Culture
That'd be,
shock.
that'd be, if I went to Germany, I wouldn't even know what to do.
Oh, but they all speak English.
Oh,
You
okay,
wouldn't have
gotcha.
and everything is, you know, German, English, French,
Gotcha.
and you wouldn't have a problem
Yeah,
with
I
this.
could survive. Yeah. Huh.
Nice. Well, I think our time's up. Thank you so much for sharing your story and some about your business. If some of our viewers would like to get a hold of you to either have a massage or try out your products, where can they get a hold of you? How can they get a hold of
Yeah, so there is a Facebook page, but there's not much on it, but it will be improved under Manolie Inc. Or they can contact me even under my personal name, Martina Muckler. But best is they reach me per phone or text me. So my phone number is 605-415-3903. So that would be the fastest way. Because sometimes when people email me, I see that so much later, but I'm getting bombarded with emails every day. So.
So text. Okay.
you? And where is your spa located?
So I'm renting a room now in Salon 1, Jackson Boulevard, 2030 Jackson Boulevard. I have just a room where I go when I see a client to do the services. Other than that, I have a skincare studio at home and my office is at home.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Martina. It's been
Yeah,
fun
thank
talking with you.
Thank
And
you.
For our viewers, please like and subscribe and follow us and follow Martina on her Facebook page as well. And we'll have her contact info in the description. But until next time, we will see you then and dig up another story from the Grove.
Thanks, Martina.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Aspen uprooted, we're taking it deep.